Indigenous nations curated this landscape for millennia, maintaining a sophisticated, managed home across the red earth and lush waterways. For 60,000 continuous years, hundreds of distinct indigenous nations lived across these lands. The evidence of their civilization is etched directly into the stone, representing one of the oldest unbroken cultural lineages on Earth. Ownership functioned as a custodial relationship. Indigenous customary law defined the land as a living relative, requiring generational protection, existing entirely outside the European framework of extractable property. Long before foreign ships ever appeared on the horizon, this continent was mapped by oral tradition, ecologically organized, and profoundly seen by the millions of people who lived there. In 1770, British explorer Captain James Cook arrived on the eastern coast, claiming the territory for the British Crown. This created a glaring logistical problem, attempting to claim a landmass undeniably occupied by millions of human beings. To bypass the physical reality standing right in front of them, the British government deployed a specific legal workaround. They invoked Terra Nullius. This Latin term translates to land belonging to no one, and it functioned as an ideological tool to solve the empire's administrative conflict. Under 18th century British law, land ownership required specific Eurocentric markers, permanent stone cities, fenced agricultural plots, and drawn paper borders. Because Indigenous society operated through sustainable environmental integration rather than stone walls, their 60,000-year history failed to register on the British legal checklist. The law recognized that humans were walking the continent, but it classified them as legally invisible to the state. By engineering a highly specific definition of property, the empire dissolved an existing society through a bureaucratic filter. Terra Nullius provided an immediate practical advantage. Britain could colonize the entire landmass without the requirement to draft treaties, negotiate boundaries, or secure consent. The results were catastrophic. Indigenous communities were forcibly displaced from their ancestral homelands, severing thousands of years of localized ecological and cultural knowledge. This systematic displacement operated with the full protection of British law. Every eviction and every seizure was authorized by that single underlying doctrine. Terra Nullius was an actively weaponized concept, a legal mechanism used to achieve historical erasure. For over 2 centuries, this doctrine remained the bedrock of Australian property law. That ended when an Indigenous man named Mabo launched a decades-long challenge against the government. He demanded the courts recognize his people's historical ownership. His fight led to the landmark 1992 High Court ruling. The justices declared that Terra Nullius was a historical fiction and that Indigenous land rights had existed all along. This decision forced the legal system to drop its artificial filter, aligning the law with the physical reality of the continent. One of the oldest continuous cultures on Earth was almost entirely erased by the application of just 2 Latin words. Today, Australia continues to navigate the cultural damage left behind, moving through a process of learning, institutional acknowledgement, and healing. The legacy of this doctrine serves as a warning. Historical mistakes are often initiated by quiet legal definitions rather than physical weapons. Reconciliation requires the courage to unwrite the legal fictions that once defined the past.